delegates here. I'm here with my man, my brother, the elder, Manak Zagbar.
South Carolina, Jimmy, South Carolina.
Yeah, put your page, man. You know.
Jimmy, South Carolina, 08.
That's right, man. Yeah, I've always been wanting to do a video with you, brother. I met him before, but he's my man. You know, I'm a fan of his page. And of course, we got Apostle here in the room, the whole Dallas camp. But this is the quick impromptu video, man. And we was talking. See, man, like, we get together, we be talking, but we gotta,
you got a tighter hold than before.
Look, man, we in the time, in a goddamn game. Somebody, man, come on, man. Look, we said, somebody get Romans 13 and 11.
Yeah. Ooh. That's a oldie but goodie.
That's a dagger.
Oldie but goodie, but we're going to keep.
I got it.
Keep it in your face like a jab.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? I keep always tell you, use your jab. You're going to keep it in your face like a goddamn jab. Kind of loud.
Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Well, go ahead, man. You ready, so go ahead.
We're in the time, act now, by now. We're in a time of grace. We got to approach the throne of grace boldly.
That's right.
All right? The prophecy's coming to pass. Yahweh Shah's making his return soon, man. Even than we believe when we first came into this truth,
Yeah, man.
We don't have time to waste, basically, Apostle,
Come on. Dude, we ain't in time to be fucking around, man.
That's right.
Not in the time to be fucking around, bro. See, but what's going to happen, that's where other scriptures come into play. And we're going to keep bringing out the same scriptures. Look, man, we ain't out here playing games, man.
Come on.
Come on,
I got a precept for you.
Apostle around out there. Exalt your voice.
Shalom, Apostle. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 1. But of the times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. Why? Because the times speak for themselves. All you got to do is look around. If your eyes are open and in tune with the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you're going to see that we're at the time of the end. Look, you see this whole system collapsing. Other people see this system thriving. But we see this kingdom collapsing, falling apart. It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. So if we know these things, then what are we supposed to be doing? We're supposed to be watching and hastening the day, preaching, teaching, and that's it.
That's right.
I got a precept for you, Zaquan. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2.
Bring it out.
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 4 in the NLT. It says, soldiers, don't get tied up in the affairs of civilian life, for then they cannot please the officer who enlisted them. You see?
Yeah.
So if you in this truth, you realize it's not an Israelite party. If you in this truth, you realize that we're closer to the end than we are the beginning.
Yeah.
In Ecclesiastes, it tell you the end of a thing is better than the beginning.
That's it.
So to not be on fire at this point, to not be sincere at this point, that's on you.
Yeah.
Not us.
I got a precept to back you up. It's 2 Peter 3 and 11. All right. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of God, where the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The missiles. Nevertheless, this is the mindset. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
That's right.
Yeah, why in the meantime, the rest of y'all niggas is debating. Hoes running their mouth. All these things. That's what I'm saying. While you on your bullshit, the prophecies are still happening. But the men that are signed up, that are enlisted in this spiritual war, we get it.
Yeah. And a lot of these guys are not hastening the day of the Lord. Not hastening the day of the Lord.
Well, Apostle, remember, man, bro, like, the year 2000 thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And we thought
Oh, too well.
that, bro,
Apostle.
we really thought back then.
That was it.
That was 25 years ago. We really thought that the destruction was going to come in 2000.
Yep.
But it didn't. So what? It didn't come. Now it's 25 years ago.
That's
But
right.
we still kept going. And the niggas shamed us
Yeah.
for believing in that. But that's what we were talking about our elders. But whatever, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. But we had to keep going. Apostle Tahar, look, man, we gotta go. Then the scripture, hasten into the day. That's all we were doing. We were hastening into the day.
Exactly.
You should want. That's why you got this fucking
I knew it.
cheap, fucking nigga, this doughboy. Oh, it might be another 1,000 years.
Grande sombrero.
Yeah.
He wear the big hats.
Right? Because
Did I say
he's
it right?
not here. Which means Yahweh Shai said, you should
You know what
know
I'm
them by
talking
their
about.
fruits. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, I would like for the elder Yakar, when you go back to Romans 13, where you was 11, and
Okay.
keep reading down.
Salakia.
Yeah, because it's got a lot of meat in there.
I'll let you
That's
eat.
what we've been talking about.
I'll-
This is not the time to be rioting, you know, that riotous lifestyle, that decadent Babylon the Great, giggly, you know, Israelite party bullshit.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
Khan, this is Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Even that scripture is a cut. Now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. We were talking about it earlier. The Israelite, you know, the awakening, the knowledge, you know, going out into the earth. All these Israelites waking up, all the end time signs you see in the mark of the beast is right there. You see? Go ahead, brother.
Verse 12, it says, the night is far spent.
Right.
The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness.
Right. It's time to cast off the works of darkness. Right. Be about the light. This truth is the light. You got it.
And let us put on the armor of light.
Right. Go ahead.
And that backs up Ephesians 6, the 6th chapter, like the apostle likes to go into.
Right.
You know, putting on the armor of the Most High to go up against the shields and the darts of the devil, you know, loosely paraphrasing. But continuing on, verse 13, it says, let us walk honestly as in the day, not rioting and in drunkenness, not in chambering and one-timeness.
Right. You see that a lot of wantonness among the Israelites. Undisciplined nature. Right. You know, just doing whatever you want to do, trying to make what you want, making that into the doctrine. You know, saying that that's what the truth is about. No, the truth is about teaching the word, preaching the word, so that the elect can come forth and the Most High can bring the end.
Yeah.
See, that rioting, drunkenness, that wantonness, this will get a lot of jakes destroyed.
Yeah, and that you see that rioting is that partying, and then the chambering is the sex part, and that's what happens at these different clubs. You know, they get together, they get drunk, then you got married women there, and then they leave.
I'm not speak up.
Yeah.
I want them to hear you.
In like the rioting and chambering part, pretty much is like when you go. The rioting part is the partying. The chambering part is when these, about having sex. When you look these words up, so when you go to these different clubs, you party, you're drinking, women there have men, so they're committing adultery, and by the end of the night, they finding somebody else to go lay down with. That's all an old custom of ancient Greece, ancient Rome, which had the orgies.
And the Purple Rangers, they made this Israelite thing a party.
Yeah.
You know, they had the award shows, right? They had the fashion shows.
Purple Rangers.
Line dancing. You got women, we mentioned it earlier, you got women who come into this and they got husbands already, and then you tell them, he got 2 months.
Convert.
So yeah, adultery is going on.
Putting the
with
pressure on
these
them.
steps.
That's wicked, man.
It's all good. I don't know if y'all seen the latest thing we saw from them was the spoken word.
Oh, no,
that's it. The Hebrew like woman's spoken word. That they're not like us, challenge, all of that.
They trying to be neo-soul Israelites, man.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's bring the scripture out, man.
Now back with Apostle Ramblog, what he just said, if you read that same scripture in the NLT, Romans 13, it says, because we belong to the day, we must live decent lives for all to see. Don't participate in the darkness of wild parties and drunkenness or in sexual promiscuity,
There
in
you-
immoral living, or in quarreling and jealousy.
There you go. No, you got it.
Instead, clothe yourself with the presence of the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and don't let yourself think about ways to indulge your evil desires.
Mm.
And a lot of people, a lot of Israelites are taking what they want to do. That debate, that spirit of debate, trying to big yourself up on the podcast thing is on a lot of Israelites now.
Oh man.
And they use the guise of, we go on the podcast to spread the awareness. Nah, look, the word has been the same way since the Most High sent the prophets. Preach the word, teach the word, the elect is going to come forth, and that's it. You don't need to do all the extra stuff.
That's right. Cooley, no forget. Fuck that fucking goddamn dinosaur looking nigga, man. Cooley, I mean, and I like him, Anton Daniels. I like that, but them niggas got that, and I'm gonna keep saying it. You niggas got your talking points from us.
Kevin Samuels did too.
Yeah, him too.
Yep.
And I like Kevin Samuels, but he in the spirit world now.
Yep.
But you niggas was watching us,
I
man.
call him the Godfather,
Even my other man, Jeremy Hill, all you niggas got your talking points from us, man. All you niggas, stop it, man. Stop it, niggas. You niggas got your talking points from us. Going way back, Apostle Nimba, and these elders that's here, it all started back, what was that, 2007? You're a slut. You're a slut.
Oh man.
07,
Oh, man.
08.
And they actually played that on the radio. There was actually actual what was it 97 point what was that?
Kiss
FM?
Kiss in New York.
97.1 something like
We
that.
got Kiss out here too, 106, I think.
Right, and they actually played that as they played that like a soundbite to water. But see this guy right here, man, you gotta watch.
He got away with words. You gotta watch
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you gotta watch that. Man.
Hey, but that's what they use the soundbite.
Right.
You're a slut, and I think it was if I'm not mistaken, it was Star and Buck
Star
Wild.
Buck Wild.
Yeah.
Y'all man, I remember them dudes. They were like they were like the original Charlamagne the God, but it was on radio.
Yep, Breakfast Club shit.
Breakfast Club type shit. They were like, yeah. Talking shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Up in the Northeast, New York.
Kind.
And New York is the pinnacle of the world.
Oh yeah,
So anything that goes off in New York, that becomes,
Yeah.
It
The
spreads.
trend.
It spreads through the rest of the states.
yeah. But that bitch, we were there that day. We were teaching. But the spirit had us, we were going in on the women. Fuck these women. You got a woman, you deal with your woman.
Mm-hmm.
You could love your woman. Look, brother, we're men. You love our women.
You could pray for your woman,
You
man.
could pray for your woman.
I know, JB.
Right? But don't be in love. Apostle Paul told us this many years ago. Okay, and I'm going to lay it on you guys right here again. You love a woman, but don't be in love with a woman. Okay? Apostle Paul taught me this fucking over 30 years ago. Don't be in love, enamored with a woman.
Yeah.
You love her, man. You can love your woman. You can have feelings for her. You care about her. And that's groovy, man. That's groovy, man. But like, don't be
Head over heels.
Because then when the bitch decide one day, like Apostle Cabal always said, women are fickle.
I'm not
He's
happy.
always doing that. What was that Latin phrase?
Varium et mutabile semper femina.
No. Tell these brothers what that means.
It means a woman is a fickle, a woman is a fickle and changeable thing.
Facts.
So one day the bitch love you, but the next day, brother,
Yeah, they can turn it off just like that.
look, man, I'm motherfucking 52 years old. Right? I'm talking to you brothers as a man of my age, right? I've been through bro, I done been with all kind of women. I done been with all kind of bitches, man. I done had all kind of putty. Putty is nothing to me, man. That's why now I'm not, I got a woman I'm dealing with now, and, I'm kind of into her, we dealing, but dude, I don't give a fuck. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I'm not making this about me, but I'm just talking to y'all as an elder brother that has been through shit, man, bro. If my woman right now tell me like, oh, okay, I'm packing my shit. I didn't pack my man, come on, bro. Give me a fucking break. I didn't have enough pussy to last me 2 or 3 lifetimes. You dig? Oh, and I'm gonna say this, and that's not counting prostitutes and strippers. Yes, I've done that too.
You repented that though, right, Apostle?
No,
I'm messing with you, Apostle.
I haven't. You wanna know why? Because there's nothing wrong with that. Because all these hoes are prostitutes and strippers.
Oh yeah. At the end of the day,
I don't fucking for free, though.
Oh, a nigga gotta pay their bills and pay for their
Wow.
You got the game
So wait a
to do
minute.
that.
So in order for me to get sexual favors from you, I gotta pay for your come on brothers. I gotta pay for your wigs and your black women, right?
them nasty.
Does that not make you a
The
prostitute?
Jezebels,
Oh,
the Jezebels, because the dogs left those, like the Jezebel nails, toenails.
I was at 100% hope.
Remember them dogs? That they left them toenails and them nails.
I gotta say, this don't mean
had
I
two,
just
right?
talk a lot of shit. But I'm not talking
was it
shit.
I have to
I'm
go.
true shit.
Or was it just the hands and the feet?
Yeah,
Hands
I'm
and
gonna
feet
deal
out
with your
there.
black, nappy-headed, bald-headed, weed-wearing, wig-wearing ass. Why
Jezebel.
would I not just
The
get
Lord
a
didn't like her.
white woman?
Because somebody threw
Like,
it down
go
with the
ahead.
towel, right?
That's the embodiment
With
of these women
real
today.
hair that I can run my fingers
And then
through,
that spirit
or
carried on
I'm a
into the New
Spanish
Testament.
woman, or
Like, what is that,
Filipino
Revelation?
woman. Why I'm gonna deal with your
Revelation
nappy-headed
2, the woman, the
fucking black ass?
Jezebel.
Kind.
Pretty much adultery and, with
Promiscuity.
promiscuity and
Yup.
idolatry.
Idolatry. That's right.
That idolatry is cheap.
Yeah, Cheesecake Factory. They were saying, yeah, that's not good enough.
But Cheesecake Factory is good.
Yeah,
That shit's
actually is.
expensive.
Yo, I like the Grand Lux, but it's the same company. Like, that's just the same
But
shit.
you know the thing is, they'll go with their girlfriends. A group of them will go
You
to
can spend
Cheesecake
some money
Factory
on
together.
Cheesecake
You can
If you get some drinks, they gonna hit your ass
Well,
over
first
the
of all,
head.
let me tell you
15 and up.
something, man. And that's something
Plus
about
gratuity.
These hoes, those spots they want you to take them,
You take a
they
trip
ain't
to
never
Tuesday,
been
you
there.
can easily spend like 253 easy if y'all
Ain't that
chilling.
some shit?
Especially if you're right up around homegirls.
Give me a high level spot these bitches wanna go to. Black women. With Chris. I never heard of
A
that.
steakhouse.
A steakhouse, Capitol Grill, like Morton's.
Yeah, Benny Hanna's a good one. Benny Hanna.
You take a bitch to
a Fuego de Chao.
Hey, if you take a bitch to
The
a
Brazilian steakhouse.
You took a bitch to a high-end restaurant, she wouldn't
Y'all
even
know
order
the name of these spots. I never heard of these spots. I never even heard of these spots, bro. I now probably know.
He know.
I know.
He's an aristocratic brother. Hey, Apostle the Brown.
Yes, sir.
I nod right there. I got him on camera. He's the second coming of El Hayatan.
The bishop, not the bishop.
The bishop, he's the second coming of Bishop Hayatan. Robin over there. Come on, you got it.
Well, I had a definition for when the Apostle did that quote that we were laughing about fickle, changeable
Hey,
things.
brother, you just gotta
Our
take
definition for fickle
it. Hey, show it
is changing frequently, especially with regard
In terms of endearment.
as
Yeah.
regards one's loyalty, interest, or affection. Going back to what that quote that Apostle Bar always brings up: a woman is a fickle, changeable thing.
Yeah.
But the definition says changing frequently, especially as regards one's loyalty, interest, or affection. So if you up, she's with you.
Really
If you
fickle?
down, she ain't with you. And then one day she be, I'm confused. I don't know. Changing frequently. That's fickle. That's being fickle. You know what I'm saying?
Apostle Gabar always even makes a statement. He says, women are accessories to power.
Yep.
So that's exactly what you were saying.
And going further, it says, what does it mean if a person is fickle? People who are fickle change their minds so much you can't really rely on them.
Damn.
So that's that's the American black woman particularly. Well, you can't rely on her. She's looking to better deal you. I heard that in the movie. I don't know where. She's looking to better deal you from day one. constantly upgrade. You know, I'm like, let me upgrade you.
Yeah,
Whatever.
hypergamy. Hypergamy.
Build back. Hypergamy.
Yeah,
I got some-
hypergamy.
Hyper game.
Hypergamy.
Yeah, hyper game.
Well, look at that. Look at that.
They want to be on top of the game.
Hell yeah.
You know, I got some real quick. Y'all waiting for something. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleases Yahweh Bashim Shah shall escape from her,
No, I'm saying like what?
but the sinner shall be taken by her. Right, because the whole mind frame is to conquer you.
No, it's not that.
Right, the woman's mind frame is setting her to conquer.
Because he's a thicker.
And when she conquers you, she's even more likely to move on very quickly. Because she got you now. Because
Yeah.
that's the snares and bands.
Yeah.
She uses the makeup as the snares and bands. She uses all these different things to entice. And if you fall for it, you don't hold your nuts together.
Right.
Okay, and she got your nuts in her purse. Soon as she see them things in her purse, she got you.
That's it.
Now she's looking. She might tolerate you, but she's looking
For the next challenge.
The next
For the-
challenge.
she wants-
conquer.
The only time she gonna give you your nuts back is when she need help.
Right.
Damn.
For a split second. You know what I'm saying? So, now, back to it, read the second half again. It says, whoso pleases Yahweh Bashim Shah shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. And let me say this too. That's why women were made to have strict laws over them to be fully in subjection to an order, because they're like children. With no order, it's like a classroom with a substitute teacher.
Man, yo, I was just thinking of that.
Right? They're going to lose their mind and act the fool.
Yeah.
Women are the
Spit
exact
wise,
same way.
paper.
So that's why in this kingdom, in this captivity, Esau, the serpent, has created laws and given privilege to do what they want to do. Now we've seen the results of a kingdom with no laws to put, especially to put women in check.
Right. That's what my man said. I forgot the name, the dude's name. He said if a hoe don't get no instructions, she headed for self-destruction.
Pimpin' Ken.
Oh,
It sound
yeah,
like
yeah.
sound like Pimpin' Ken because he always say that
Right.
a hoe without instruction headed for
That's
destruction.
what the scriptures speak about, a mind that is well instructed.
I got it.
Well, bring it out, bring it out. See this guy, you gotta watch. You gotta watch this guy right here.
Go ahead.
Sirach 26 and 14. It says, a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord. And there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
Well instructed. Well instructed. Well, you know how a woman becomes well instructed? By the women the older women that are supposed to bring her up. But these older women in this society pretty much teach these women to be hoes like they were hoes.
They fucked up.
When you go to Titus 2nd chapter, it tells you how an older woman is supposed to be. She's supposed to be there to teach the younger woman
Likewise.
how to guide the house, how to be a
Where
woman.
you at?
Souls, you know, to
26,
know how to
okay.
cook. These women don't know how to cook worth a damn today.
Man, they gonna boil their
Burn
ass.
the pot
You
of water.
know? You about to say something?
I said they'll burn the pot of water.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, they can't even boil eggs.
Well, and that's why
Yolk leaking out.
These obese, most of these women in America are fat. Even if they're not morbidly obese, they're overweight because they don't know how to cook.
Yeah.
So they're getting the dollar menu at McDonald's, McDonald's.
Damn.
Make it work.
Not that shit.
Or you getting KFC, you getting Church's Chicken, you getting
Taco Bell.
Hello, bueno.
Make it work.
Yo.
Processed food. And they feeding your kids that shit.
And they accept EBT at a lot of these fast foods too right now still. For real? Yeah, they do.
And they know
I
a
seen
lot
it
of
like at
ingredients,
KFC
and when you go to other
on the
countries,
sign. I was like,
they
no
don't have
fucking way.
ingredients because they banned.
Yep,
They
I
know
seen
those
it at
ingredients
KFC on the
cause
sign.
cancer. But here in America, they still
They
put
can buy
it in the
fast
chicken
food with
nuggets.
EBT.
And your kids like, I want
That's why Trump cutting that shit off. They going too
Your
far.
kids full of cancer.
And you know it's funny because when you go to so-called Europe,
These chicks like
they don't
that
have the same ingredients in the food that they have here in America.
Yep.
And that's why J.D. Vance went over there to Munich, gave that speech, and he was cursing out those so-called European countries, you know, about, you know, not allowing the rights of the citizens, you know, to express their freedom of speech, because they're trying to they're doing that to push the American value. Because a lot of these nations, they're starting to adopt the American way. So they're scolding them to accept, you know, their free speech so that they can bring about that American way. You know, democracy and just the
Obesity,
Western. Yep.
homosexuality,
There you go.
all the degenerate shit,
Yeah.
the Babylon juice.
That's it. The nation, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. The nations have drunken, therefore the nations are mad.
That's right.
You know, they're bugged out, and they're pissed off, but they're bugged out.
Yeah.
Because that perverse spirit is all over the place.
That's
Yes,
why the Lord put the spirit on Trump.
Speak up, speak up.
Oh yeah, that's why the Lord put the spirit on Trump to come through with all the legislation. And a lot of people are taking notice, and like especially when y'all were going into the women, a lot of these women now who are so pro-feminist, they know things are pretty much going back to the natural order. So now that all these DEI jobs and federal employment, so now they're like, well, basically they feel with this leveling, now they'll be forced to be in a relationship with a man, which bitch, that's the natural order. Nobody forcing you to do shit. The natural order of Yahweh Bashim Shah is pushing that vibration.
Right.
Well, don't be with a man. Like Kevin Samuels said, buy a dog.
And die
Die
alone.
alone. Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
It's a cold winter.
Don't be with a man.
Catwoman.
Don't be with a man.
Cat lady.
Yeah, Eartha Kitt, she died alone.
Yep.
Bugged out of her fucking
Sure
mind.
did. Yep.
Don't be with a man. You ain't gotta be with no man.
They even gonna kill the dog. At the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to bestiality, according to the law,
Oh Lord.
Oh
Right?
my goodness.
He take
them, the person that do the bullshit and the damn dog got to get put to death. So you gonna even kill a dog, bitch?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with that?
The hush puppies.
I mean, my life, don't be with no man.
Hush
Hold
puppy.
on, boy. I remember, man, back in 20 years ago, 25 years ago, when Beyonce, back when she was dealing with Destiny's Child. Independent.
single
I am
lady.
independent.
That was his shit.
That's back when we used to go to the clubs up there in New York, Connecticut. All the single ladies. All the
That's straight rebellion right there.
I know all that shit.
But she got a husband. But she got a husband though.
Hey,
Nicki Minaj, all them hoes be married, bro. But they push you,
Look at this nigga she could find a billionaire.
push you chicks to be single.
She
But
told
you
me
got a husband.
all the single ladies, all that bullshit, all the single ladies, right?
And she got a husband though.
Yeah, left off and started legacy.
I didn't know you mean what a billionaire.
Yeah. At that, yeah.
She got a billionaire husband.
That's right. Legacy.
Husband.
Yeah.
She sung that song that took her married ass home.
Yep.
Yeah.
Took her ass
She
to the
said,
crib.
Just
He sung that
She
song.
leading them hoes into a burning building.
Boy,
She leading them hoes into a
Don't
burning
get scared,
building.
bro. Don't get scared.
y'all on the social media now crying about a man.
Right.
And you black woman, you think you black woman something. Y'all on the internet now, social media crying about a man. Y'all didn't want the black man.
Right.
Y'all told the black man to go fuck himself back 20 years ago.
Back in the garden.
Now, y'all crying because the passport rules and the black man is dealing with the white woman and the Hispanic woman and other Oriental woman. Now all of a sudden the black woman, why these black men don't want us?
I was thinking,
accountability.
because you went to the Gooks. They done tried every other nation, and all of them said no after they hit it. Now you want to come back to
Right.
Jake.
Looking like biblical fox.
So like
Pumpkin head.
yeah. So while you was doing your thing, you think what you think the men was doing?
They were doing their thing.
You see, people fail to realize that a lot of things are happening at the same time.
Right.
Even when we get back into these false prophets, right? While you doing your bullshit, prophecy is still happening, nigga.
That's it.
You see? And that's the same thing that's happening with you hoes. With you niggas is in the whole spirit. But we the devil? Fuck y'all.
Con. Look, Vivica Fox, pumpkin head ass.
Yeah, man, you
man,
see,
that is-
somebody said she looked like a boiled hot dog.
Look, she like a pumpkin head.
She look like what?
Like a boiled hot dog.
Jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, she passed me.
Halloween time, jack-o'-lantern.
Now she ready to settle down. What?
What? 60 years old? Damn. Hell no. She gotta pay me $2 million.
Oh, I'm looking for her.
Well, after taxes, I'm still be a millionaire.
But it's not just her. All these other old ass
Brother Lisa,
fat,
was it Lisa?
fat
Was it
black bitches talking about
the
this.
Players Club?
Are you serious?
Yeah, Lisa Ray, yeah.
Are you serious? You can't make this shit up, bro. You can't make this shit up, bro. It's the fat old.
It's on top of the fridge. Yeah.
What we doing?
She's an overboard hot dog that's bust open.
Sixty said she wants to live with it. It's finally ready to settle down.
Whoa,
Who was that? That was Vivica. That was Vivica Fox.
let me say this, man. First of all, 50 Cent.
Yeah.
He ruined her.
She was
I know.
you
Now,
know,
back in the
I saw her
days,
like in the movie.
That's when she was a piece of ass back then.
yeah. My mind, this is back 20 years ago.
Yeah, she was a piece of ass for 20 years ago.
But that bitch, man, you jackal in the head, bitch. Okay, first of all, man, 50 Cent hit it.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
50, man, I respect 50 Cent. He got hit. And real talk,
He can still look good.
when 50 hit it,
Halle Berry.
she was already water. Let's keep it real.
She was on a downhill.
She was in the downhill when 50 hit it.
You being ran through the industry already.
Yeah.
Really, but.
When 50 Cent started popping up, she was a cougar.
She was ready to slow down.
No, but she wanted 50 to wife her. No, but 50, shout out to you, 50.
Malls is just too gutted out.
He was like,
That
nah.
shit gutted out.
He just wanted to hit the cougar. He hit you and he nah.
You just want to lean on her and split out. I got shit to do in the mornings.
Yeah,
Check it off the list.
yeah, but no, you said it, brother, you said it. That was a GP thing for 50.
A notch under the belt, you know, just
That
like,
was a
keep
GP
it pushing.
thing. Like you said, brother, he's like, yeah, I don't fuck with that nigga, he's good in the battle. For 50, that was a GP thing. So he was like, yeah. That's what that award show was. I want that good, like, that was a GP thing. I know about that.
That's funny as hell.
I've done shit like that. I've done shit like that. Like certain chicks, they might be older. You know the chick. Me and my wife will be like, hey, yo, man, I just want to hit that. So she's still kind of got a little something on that. Yo, fuck that. I just want to hit that shit. It's on GP.
On general purposes.
And get pushing right after, too.
I'm even in love with that, brother. Certain chicks you just want to hit on GP. Like you ain't really want to be with them like that. But
Nah, no public shit. Nah, I can't go to out
They
to eat.
realize it in mass. They realize it because they look at them DMs and they think, all these dudes hit me up. Bitch, they just want to fuck you.
Yeah.
You don't want to keep you or be a covering to you. And when they realizing, as the society's getting that squeeze, they realizing, oh, I do need a covering.
Right.
I do need a man. Oh shit. Nobody don't want me though.
Yeah, 3 kids later, you finally realize that shit.
But you know, that also makes me think of Jeremiah 3 and 1. Because the Lord, think about how much mercy the Lord showing us.
300 pounds there.
Because us as a nation was that. What we talking
3 abortions
about,
later,
we were
all
that.
the above.
And the Lord still gonna show us
Abortions,
elect of us mercy and take us
They
back.
wildin' out here, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, why?
Like Mike Dollar say,
because
like,
you
he
wanna
told
serve.
saying for keeps.
Because you want to serve.
See, women are supposed to
They'll
serve.
take shit to the grave, too. Like,
That's it. You ain't a woman. If you're not serving
treacherous
no man,
dog
your man,
asshole.
you're not a woman. You're
I
not
can't
qualified.
believe you did that.
Period.
Going back to that old saying, why buy a cow? Get the
You milk for free, that's right.
Right.
You can get burgers,
Everything.
get
Ice cream.
oxtail, ice cream, milk off the cow.
Yeah.
Why do you need the cow?
Yeah, facts.
Ocean Prime, man.
You dealing with a woman that got 3 kids and 4 baby daddies.
Man.
Damn, trash.
And a C-section.
I look at a switch like that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna read Revelation 17.
Yeah, 5 kids got 7 days.
Revelation 17 because what Babylon the Great did.
Revelation 17.
Revelation 17 verse 1, there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials and talked to me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, And that great whore, of course, is Babylon the Great, which is America, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So the people of the earth have been made drunk with the ways of Babylon the Great.
Yep.
As Elder Apostle Ryan Block was going to J.D. Vance went over there.
Munich, Germany.
Munich, yeah, in Germany, yeah.
Yeah, trying to push that Babylonian wine. See? So eventually, if there's not pushback from the Babylon the Great. In the middle,
Oil on.
being that Judah is the head tribe, being that Judah is the head nation, right? Naturally, the women of the earth they have picked up on this vile Babylonian wine, and they see it as so-called black women. But to the credit of some of the other nationalities of women, they ain't exactly following all the ways of the black women because they lose. But this place will poison the whole earth.
Down to your spirit, it'll poison you down to your spirit. That's why the Lord told us that you have to come up out of this place in the mind first to even fully understand this word. Yeah.
They under that thou shalt not surely die spirit. They under that I don't need no man spirit. And all of that is detrimental to every single one of them.
See, when I did a video on you scoffers, you know what? I did a video on you scoffers earlier. I did a video earlier. Y'all good, man. Y'all groovy, man. Keep scoffing. Continue.
Yeah, that dude Special Bird, he's a bug out.
You guys are bug outs.
Yeah, I got something.
Yeah, come to water, to water.
Yeah, no doubt.
You scoffers, man. You ain't only got one by You scoffers, man. Y'all just losers.
Not but a big fat loser.
I got a precept for you. It's on Revelation 22:11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. He which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me.
That's the Lord giving us the green light to say, you know what?
Cool, that's you.
That's it.
So Jake that's fervent to wake up. What Bishop Nathaniel say? We here to wake up the nations. We here to bring everybody together. That precept right there gives us release. We told you everything that we could possibly tell you, and that's the Lord said whether they hear or forbear.
Yeah.
If you forbear, fuck off, cuz. You see? Because eventually you trying to save all Israel when that's not the will of the Lord, you're being disobedient.
Crazy world.
Let me say this.
Nasty world.
It's goddamn motherfucking 10:20 at night. You on the damn cowboy.
On Saturday night.
You get messed. Nigga, and like I said, you niggas call us bums and losers and lickers. But I guarantee you some nigga that's sitting there in your mama's basement.
Damn. Ouchie.
Under rules on.
Oh,
eating
no.
a bowl of
Stick
Cocoa
it to your
Puffs.
left ass cheek.
Shit.
Bottle of soda. Sitting there. Eyes popping
You
out
picture
their
that
head.
shit, right?
Niggas is gone, man.
Even if you
I
in
know
the
you didn't
penthouse
want
doing
to,
that
but
shit,
yeah.
you through, nigga.
Keep going like this.
Oh gosh.
Keep going like this. Pull that shit.
You gotta pull that shit out of those tidy whities out of his ass.
Some of them are.
Right about now, okay? Yeah, it's Saturday night. If you niggas got a life, right about now, y'all should be in some pussy.
Man.
Popping bottles and just chilling and being with a woman. And
That ain't really shit though. Like that, you should be doing bigger and better than that.
The top men on the planet are doing what right now? Going into the word.
Yep.
We're doing least of life.
Do these!
No, but nigga, you sitting there on the common board fucking with us. That means you ain't got no life.
Ja Rule.
What? I said earlier in the video, if GMS is brother, let's just say GMS, a genie came and made us disappear, right? No more GMS, and no kid, all of us, right? All of us.
Salaki, man.
They will have heart attacks.
I said, what y'all can do is y'all can stand in line
That shit jam,
and
man.
one by one jump off the green building downtown, nigga.
Right.
That's right.
Them niggas wouldn't have a life. Y'all wouldn't have a life without us, man.
No, sir.
And we all just vanished. There was no more GMS. They hate us so much, right?
Well, Apostle, I'm sorry.
Go, go, go.
Well, that's why the scripture says they're natural brute beasts made and taken to be destroyed.
Made to be
created-
taken,
That's
yep.
their judgment. They was created to scoff. They was created to talk shit, but they were created to be destroyed. That's their lot. The Lord literally created them for that purpose. You know? That's
Judgments are prepared for scorners, though. So
Okay, this is Revelation 22. You want me to start at 11 again?
You start 11 again.
This is Revelation 22 and 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. And behold, I come quickly, this is written in red, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be.
Right, which goes with what Elder Yahusha was saying, you know? If you ain't gonna repent, it's not for all the nation of Israel. It's according as your work shall be. Whatever particular light the Lord got for you, that's what you're gonna get. And the Lord said, my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. So that's where you at. Anybody?
It was and there's some people that it was written in their script.
That's it. Yep.
When they was casted in the Lord's movie, you gonna go down there and talk shit, and then I'm gonna burn your ass up. Yeah, that's it.
Because when you go to the word predestination, or predestined, it's limited in advance.
Yeah.
It's already limited in advance. Who's going to be part of the elect and who's not. That's it.
the seats already booked. Yep.
The word that I asked you for,
Yeah, I did.
Bahokashah.
Yeah.
I just want to run the
It
extra
won't
mile
give me.
here.
Yeah, it gave me how.
Which word?
You talking about hypergamy?
Oh, hyper. I was
Yeah, the women. They always looking for the next best thing.
hyper game.
You gotta bring it out.
Yeah,
See,
that's
that's like,
Now I gotta look
that's
at this
just a
shit,
rock
too.
that Ronda her eye. That woman that, yeah. It says, Marvel, not if she trespass against thee.
That's the nature of a woman,
Yeah.
to want the highest, even the egg,
Yeah.
it's looking for the highest, the best quality seed. So that's naturally.
Survival of the fittest.
To want the,
Women are like serious apex predators, though. Like when you look at it,
Yeah, yeah.
they gonna survive.
Right. Oh yeah.
Serious
And then she was-
Serious survivors. Yep.
King David sinned.
She know what she was doing.
They gonna go with what's always the power
She
dominant.
was doing.
We're talking about King David. King David sinned. Her ass didn't sin. I'm pretty goddamn sure King David didn't rape her.
Yeah. He made the point. He said she knew what she was doing. She was on the rooftop bathing. So she won't be David.
Yeah, she was enticing. She was enticing.
Basic definition of it. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I seen that too.
If you read it,
Oh shit! Look, picture of
she
it.
was enticing. The way it was set up, it was an enticement, and he just fell.
See, that's the pictures of it.
Goddamn well.
That's it.
You got a husband.
Yep, yep.
You don't be up there like that, out there
Makes
like
sense.
that.
Oh, you see? So you see?
Cause women date up, like they say.
Like that. On that level.
He saw you.
Right.
Come on, man. Your woman
They always usually want somebody that's better than what they perceive themselves as.
It was a setup.
So if your woman think you smarter than her or whatever, you have the leg up on her, that's attraction to her. If she don't want to go the opposite end, or even break even, it's like, she using somebody, that's the only person you gonna respect. Somebody, she basically see he better than me. Or in this way, in this area, that, or the third.
I'm like, bitch, if you with me, I'll beat your motherfucking ass. There's no woman gonna disrespect me in front of my face. Cause I will beat her ass. My thing is, I ain't gonna beat the dude ass unless he wanna jump. But I'll beat bitch. You know, you ain't gonna do none of that. I'll fuck you up.
I know I say shit. I don't say I just drink a smoothie when the cops get there.